Hey guys, welcome to Radio Afterglow. My name is Dave, I am your host. This is a offshoot of a channel that I had a while back for several years where I just showed the various vinyl and CD finds that I had been coming across and adding to my collection. It was really a varied mishmash of music, everything from Irish folk to punk to dabbling of country, although I'm not really proud of that. But you know, as things kind of evolved and I lost shelf space over time, I thought it would be better to kind of focus my collection a little bit. I still buy all this random stuff that I just happen to like, but what I've decided to do is I've scrapped the old channel. I've created Radio Afterglow to showcase this new focus of my collection, and what that focus happens to be is or bands that are, or artists that are either all girl or female fronted. That's it. And it's kind of anything rockish, rock, punk, metal. There's going to be some pop in there, you know, some 80s pop. You get into the 90s, not going to be any pop. Any pop beyond that, just not my bag. As far as the vinyl versus CD ratio, I have kind of a rule that I break all the time, but that states 1990 and more recent, so 1990 till 2017. Primarily, I buy that on CD, just because that's the age of the CD, and you know, new music these days is just really not. I'm not going to get into the whole vinyl overpricing and quality issue, but anyway, anything 1990 and forward CD, anything 89 and back is going to be on vinyl. So without any more of a rambling introduction than that, I hope you'll kind of stick by and check out the things that I've got as the videos come up. And to start things off today, I've got some CDs to talk about. First up is this one. This was recommended me by a friend in the vinyl community. His name is Gregory Short, and I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description. You really should check it out. He shows some cool stuff. This is the self-titled album from a band called Cusses, and they are female fronted. This came out on Ha Records in 2012. These guys are out of Savannah, Georgia, and their music is kind of what you get when you think about looking at the cover. It's gritty, it's rocking, a little bit of glittery here and there. I really enjoyed their stuff. They put out this album. I think they had another EP after that, which this, by the way, you can get on vinyl. So if you can find it, check it out. It's not all that cheap, but you might be able to come across it for a reasonable price. But anyway, they went on hiatus, and then they're back, and not so much word. There's not a lot of word about new music coming out from them, but it's probably inevitable. But anyway, Cusses, this is some really good garagey stuff. Check them out if you get a chance. This next band is called Killing Heidi. They're from Australia, and this is their debut album, Reflector. Came out in, I believe, 2004, somewhere thereabouts, on Wawa Music. Anyway, they are, you know, an alternative rock band. They were all teenagers when this came out. Lead singer Ella Hooper, she actually started the band with her brother Jesse. And they were kind of a folk duo. Then they expanded, and now they've got more. Or at this time, they had more of a kind of an upbeat, alternative, kind of punky rock sound. It's okay. It's not bad. It's definitely enjoyable. They've released a couple other albums after this, which I guess kind of went downhill in terms of quality. Then she had some vocal issues where she was unable to perform. But anyway, long story short, Killing Heidi is an interesting band. Kind of pedestrian, but I don't know. It's fun. Has its moments. This next one was really cool. I really enjoyed this one. This is We Will Reign by The Last International. They're almost like a protest, well, not almost, but they are a protest rock group out of New York. Definitely draw their influences from like Woody Guthrie, of course Bob Dylan. They've just got that whole protest, political activism in their lyrics. The music is just phenomenal. They started out as kind of a folk rock duo, but now they've really incorporated a lot of contemporary indie sensibilities to their music. I really enjoy this. I mean, there's everything from gritty rockers to ballads that they're really emotional, really, how many times am I going to say really? You really should check them out. This one is also on vinyl as well as CD, and you can pick this up vinyl relatively cheap. I just, my rules. So this was kind of a cool band. I'd never heard of. It was a total blind buy. This is Semantics by Eloise. It is their one and only release. This trio is out of Los Angeles. They were, or are, mostly were, basically 3 studio engineers that got together, self-taught musicians, and put together an album of, fairly standard indie pop sort of stuff, electro pop here and there. What I found interesting about this, although it's not all that spectacular, but lead singer, the Marianne Piscante, who's from Los Angeles herself as well, she's got a great voice, really strong voice. I hear a lot of similarities to Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries. So a lot of it's mellow, not necessarily really up tempo, but it's still, nonetheless, it's a good listen. It's not that remarkable, but if you're into some strong female singers, you want to check out Eloise, because I don't know, I enjoyed it. All right, this one should probably require no introduction. This is White Chocolate Space Egg from Liz Phair. This is her 3rd album, and this was out in 1998 on Matador. And of course, Liz Phair, I got into her at the time her debut album came out, Exile in Guyville. And that, punky, garagey sort of rock that was really kind of infectious and upbeat and fun. Her 2nd album totally drifted back into her singer-songwriter roots and was really mellow and really just kind of didn't do much for me, and I don't know how well it did for anybody else, but White Chocolate Space Egg kind of brings the two together. There's this is a good happy medium between her garage rock and her singer-songwriter stuff, and it's not bad. It's definitely not as good, in my opinion, as Exile in Guyville, but it's certainly better than her 2nd album, whose title that I'm just drawing a blank on at this point. But anyway, Liz Phair, if you're a fan, you've got it. If you're not a fan, you probably don't want it. All right, this one. I shake my head, but only because of the background of the band. This is Too Hot to Be Bothered by Rocket. And Rocket was a gimmicky kind of bubblegum pop all-girl group that came out on Tina Side Records. This was their debut, and I don't remember when the hell this came out. Early aughts, I think. Basically, it's a group of 3 girls, all coincidentally named Lauren. And although they are musicians, they only sing on this album. They have Jim Freak, the head of Tina Side, and a few other studio musicians provide the music. And this is really a cover album. Basically, bubblegum pop, summertime pop sort of covers from Blondie, Bay City Rollers, I can't remember. Anyway, bands like that. It's Summer Love Sensation, Summer Pop Radio, Summertime in the USA. You get the hint. But it's fun. It's an interesting listen, and it's definitely something that if you're into that, you want to check out. After this, they released one more album where they got in a more punky direction, and then just kind of disappeared. Last up, This is Jinxed, Beyond the Obvious. This is a band out of Lockport, New York. This was their only album, and really pedestrian sort of power pop. Not a lot to say about it other than, you know, it's average. If you're into average, give it a listen. They put this out, then they totally disappeared from the music scene. So this came out in 2004 on 111 Records. See if you can find it. Alright, that's all I got for today. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you'll keep on checking back as I put some more out. See ya.